Hi guys, welcome back to the channel.
Yeah, welcome back. This is take 2 because we messed up.
I know,
you did.
Yes, had no space left on the camera. So, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to film a Q&A. So we've got a few questions where we asked viewers on YouTube and on Instagram, and just not got around to doing it before now. But yeah, so this is a Q&A. Most of them are vegan related, but you could have asked anything. So we hope you're all well. If you're not subscribed and you watch this, please click subscribe. It doesn't cost anything and it really helps the channel to grow. So let's go for, do you want to ask the first question?
You talk to me like I'm a child, don't you? Oh, if I don't do this part, I probably won't say much else because Lucy does all the talking. So yeah, okay. So this is from Jane Goodfellow. What do you find the biggest challenge about going vegan as a family?
What would you say? Anything that springs to mind?
Maybe just other people that just don't get it.
Yeah.
And
being around people.
And being around people that, you know,
are not vegan, because you sort of see them differently, don't you?
Definitely.
And especially if you try to sort of say to them, you know, about what animals go through, and they don't want to listen, do they? Yeah,
and I think it's the ignorance of people when they say, well, we're supposed to eat that. They've been put on this earth for us to eat. It's not. That's not the case, is it? It's like, so, no. When you look into it, it's just absolutely disgusting. So that's one of the reasons we decided to.
So it's mainly being around. Can you think of any other reasons? Mainly being around people, especially when they're eating.
Yeah, it makes it awkward, doesn't it? Going out places, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You tend to pick places to go out to eat that it's just like a vegan restaurant now.
Yeah. Not
one that just does vegan stuff.
Or just going to events, you know, like things to do with school or maybe family barbecues and stuff like that. You always have to think, don't you? You can't just go and do things that you would normally do. You sort of have to avoid certain situations, don't you? So I think that's the main thing, being around other people that
just don't get it.
Yeah. And so this is from our lovely friend, vegan vlogger Alison. So what challenges, sort of similar, what challenges have you found with the children and veganism? By the way, I think they are great role models for kids, especially those new to veganism. It's wonderful. Thank you, Alison. That's a lovely comment. What challenges have you found around children?
They've found it really easy, haven't they?
Yeah, they
vegan.
sort of, yeah. I thought it would be harder, so I thought it would be like, you know, at school. It was at first, wasn't it? It was a bit of a challenge that they would get left out certain things, so there would be like a cake sale, and there just wasn't anything for them. But after talking to the school for a little while and just letting them know that, you know, if there's going to be a cake sale or if they're going to give something out, if you can't provide an alternative, which in the end they ended up being pretty good and giving them alternative, let us know and obviously we can bring something in. They managed to get like a plant-based meal at school, didn't they?
But their school friends, their parents have been brilliant, haven't they?
Really good.
Like, you know, they've gone to their houses and they've like really catered for them, haven't they? Like got in vegan stuff if they had dinner around there. So
you always
been
think,
fantastic.
Yeah, really. That's what I was going to say. You always think that when they're invited places, that
it makes it awkward for the
or you're going to have to take something, or. But I remember Oliver got invited to a party. And it was from a school friend from his old school, and we wasn't vegan at the time, but she must have seen my posts on Facebook. And so she sent me a message when she invited him to the party saying, oh, I know you're vegan now. All the things I'm going to be getting are going to be vegan. She was going to make like vegan cakes and stuff. And Florence's friends' parents have been fantastic, haven't they? So she'll go around there and I think, well, I need to send her with something, and they've gone out and they've got all vegan stuff in.
And sometimes France's friends have said, oh, I didn't know you could get certain things, you know, like those are the little cheeses.
Oh, the Baby Bells.
Baby Bells.
Yep.
There's lots of things that children just don't think you can get vegan, but it tastes exactly the same. So
and Florence will take things to school, like I'll make her like a little pot of like mac and cheese, and her friends are like, oh my god, that smells amazing, you know. Or she'll take a a certain kind of, a bit like a Bueno bar, isn't it? She'll take that in, and everything she takes in, they'll say, oh wow, I didn't know you could get that vegan. So it's really opened up the conversation, hasn't it? And a lot of her friends, they choose the vegan option with her at school. This is a good one. Obviously we can't do it now. This is from Chris Colours Hair, and it says, would be interesting seeing you react to your non-vegan food hauls. So you know, the ones we done before we was vegan. That'd be quite good, actually.
Yeah.
Not very technical, but if we could set that up so that the viewers could see what we were watching, and then we could react to, you know, when we used to do our shopping hauls and buying cheese.
Didn't realise, did we?
No. But it's good to keep them on there, isn't it? Because it shows that
we've not always been vegan, and that you can.
And we were oblivious.
Changes.
You know, we've got videos of us having, you know, pizza and cheese and making chocolate brownies and putting loads of cream on and stuff. This is another one from Jane.
Right, have you influenced anyone else outside of the four of you to go vegan or start on the journey? I can't see that, it's so dark.
At least. Oh. Have we influenced anyone?
I think you have, haven't you?
Not personally. I wouldn't. No one has ever messaged me, or.
I thought you said someone did.
No, someone. A few people have said like they've watched our videos, and that's, you know, like helped them because they'd already started or were embarking on the vegan journey. So watching videos like we watch other people's helps them to know what you can get.
Well, you've had a lot of comments, haven't you, about like the food tools that you've done, like when you've made things.
Yeah, like really help them and stuff. But no one directly. Have you? I mean, I know you've talked to quite a few people through work.
I've let people know things about what goes on. But like me, when we first met, you used to go on about the milk, didn't you? And I used to think, you know, I couldn't not have milk.
But I didn't know then. I remember just reading or seeing, not even a video, it's reading something saying about how, I think it was in the Times or something, saying how horrific the dairy industry was. And I remember reading it and thinking, oh, they take their babies away. And I remember mentioning it to you, and you saying,
I don't want to know.
Oh, I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know.
It's just ignorance, isn't it?
But then I didn't look any further into it. It was just something I read, and I carried on drinking milk. And then it's obviously further down the line that you sort of, I think it's video footage you need to see, isn't it?
Oh yeah, without seeing it, I think, and I don't think it's easy to influence other people to go vegan. It's almost like you're putting pressure on them, you know, like it's not right, is it?
No.
It's hard to do that.
No.
That's why videos is the way forward, isn't it? You know, if you see it for yourself and then you continue to eat that or have milk or butter and stuff, then I don't know.
But we're not trying to.
You can't help that.
No, we don't try and preach though, do we? I suppose we could do that, but hopefully people who are already looking into it will watch our videos and think, oh, you know, we're not healthy vegans, we have healthy food, and then we just we don't want the kids to miss out on anything. So if we want donuts, we have donuts. We want chips from the chip shop. Dave Hard Rock Master, what are your favourite vegan YouTubers, and whose method do you think is more effective? Hold on. What information was it that made you decide to go vegan, and how did the kids and hubby? So let's start on the first bit.
Yorovsky was the first person that we was influenced by, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
And
that was the what's his name?
Gary Yorovsky.
Gary Yorovsky was the one that we first watched, and
I think you watched it. I couldn't actually told me to watch it.
I already knew what the video clips were going to be like, how gruesome they were going to be. So when I watched his video, I had to forward it for that bit because I don't need to see it anymore. I've seen the stuff that goes on.
Once you know,
so I just forwarded that bit. But what it goes on about, just makes you really think.
It in
do you know
such
what?
Simple terms, doesn't it?
How cruel humans are is just, just to make money out of.
So definitely Gary Yorovsky. That was life changing. That one, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely.
And Joey.
Joey. And also what's the other guy's name with the long hair? Can't think of his name.
Oh, Gaz.
No, not Gaz Oakley.
No?
I like Gaz
Yeah,
Oakley.
we like
Watch Gaz
him.
Oakley for his videos for his
For
food.
food and stuff.
His food's fantastic.
Really good.
No, what's the really nice guy with the long dark hair?
Oh, oh God, put me on the spot now.
No.
I know his name.
Oh my goodness.
This is what happens when you get old and you're sort of like, you've not planned your video.
Oh my goodness.
Ed
Sheeran. Ed Sheeran, forget Ed Sheeran.
Earthling Ed.
Earthling Ed, yeah. Yeah, he's
but really, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, you can do like our videos. We're not like preaching and doing all the, you know, we do activism, and this is a form of activism, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just spreading. And some people say that, what's his name?
Oh no, you're not going to put me on the spot.
No, what was we just talking about?
Ed.
Not Ed, the other one.
Gaz.
No. Listen, no, who's the other one? Joey.
Joey.
Gosh, desperate, isn't it? Honestly, you know when you've got the name there, I forgot already. Joey. So
yeah.
I like his ways.
approach.
It's just direct, and it's like no rubbish, is it? It's like, and that, you know, I definitely think that's the way. And what was it made you decide to be vegan? A couple of people have asked this. What was it that made you decide to go vegan, and how did Rich and the kids see it? So basically, yeah, so it wasn't me that decided to go vegan and then me trying to make Rich and the kids. It was Oliver. So I don't know if you want to explain briefly. I mean, we probably mentioned it on the channel before.
Yeah,
but
we was living in the countryside in Suffolk, and I think it was during the lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And we'd often take the dog for walks. We stayed in this beautiful area, and it was on about 500 acres, and it was literally about 10 houses there.
Very rural, wasn't it?
Very rural, and we'd take the dog out for walks, and we'd see the horses at the end of our road and at the end of the lane, and also we'd see like cows, and we'd see like little calves with their, and I think obviously they would have been like the beef cows.
Yeah.
And Oliver was like, they got used to us, didn't they? The little calves would come over to us, and the mums would always be a little bit worried, and then they'd come over to make sure we wasn't going to harm them.
They were feeding on their mums, and we used to just sit on the floor on the grass, didn't we, and just watch it, because it was just like such a beautiful sight, and something that, well, I'd never even seen on the TV, let alone in person, but growing up, I suppose, in a town, or you just don't see that.
But Oliver, he just looked at them and he said, how can we
we didn't really know at that point, did he? It was only when we went home, and I think he had like a burger or something, and he said, you know, what's that? And we said, oh, well, you know, it's beef. And he said, well, how does that get there? And we said, well, they need to kill, you have to be honest, don't you? They have to kill the cow for you to eat it. And he was like, no, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating meat anymore. And that was fine, because we didn't eat a lot of meat. We used to have a lot of corn products. So that was fine. It's
then we
like,
looked into the dairy
no big
side
deal,
of it, didn't we?
because the next morning Oliver was having cereal, and he's like, the milk, where's that coming from? Well, you know, that's come from the cows. He was like, no, and you know, when you just think, oh, a little kid, but he was adamant from that point. He would question everything, and anything that, he was just not having it. So I don't even know, we must have just looked into it overnight.
I think we just looked into everything, and then literally just cleared the cupboards, didn't we, the next day?
Well, we did have things in there, didn't we, like pizzas, and we thought, we rather than waste it, we'll eat that, and then we'll go vegan. But we just couldn't, the stuff just sat there, and eventually we just sort of binned it. But yeah, it was sort of overnight, wasn't it? It was so powerful. And obviously the kids at that point hadn't seen any graphic image, but just to them it was like,
and
not
because
eating
it was still early days, wasn't it? Like, so we'd go food shopping, we'd sometimes pick up things in the first couple of weeks, we'd pick up things that we thought, oh, they're definitely going to be vegan, and then you'd find out it was like milk or egg in it or something, and you think, what the hell, why they put milk and egg in that? But
even in like fruit ice lollies got milk in, you think, for what? When they can make things exactly the same that haven't got the milk in, you just think, well, why are they putting the milk in?
But then you get to a stage where you just know what you can have, isn't it? You don't even have to really look. But you still have to look on some things, don't you? Even when we go shopping now, we just double check, because they do sometimes change their ingredients, don't they?
But yeah, so it was Ollie that initially done it, and obviously we said to Florence, like, this is what we're thinking of doing. And it wasn't even, it must have been like, right, we're not going to have milk, we're not going to have cheese. And then it was just finding out about all the other things and researching it, and it was easy because we'd done it as a family. Can you imagine if I said, right, we're all going vegan? You would have been like, well, no, I still want that, and the kids would be like, oh, I still want that.
I think that must be hard for people that live with someone that's not vegan.
I just don't know how you do that.
Especially when you're you feel so strongly about it, to be with someone that's not.
I mean, imagine opening the fridge and there's like milk in there. I mean, I have to do it at work, and it just like, I just want to put stickers on saying, not your mum, not your milk. So thanks for that question. We were quite lucky. We all done it as a family. Let's see if there's any others. Again, this is from Dave Hard Rock Master. What are your favourite vegan YouTubers? I think he's just done this question, but just added, what are your favourite vegan YouTubers? So we've sort of covered that. What information was it that made you decide to be vegan, and how did the kids and husband feel? Were friends and wider family supportive on your decision? What would you say?
I wouldn't say there wasn't unsupportive, but I wouldn't say there was.
And you didn't really need the support, really.
No, it wasn't the support from them. It's like when you ask them if they'd like to try something that's like the vegan option. It's all, why do I want to eat that? When it's, at least give it a chance.
And you can understand that, can't you? When you're not vegan, if someone said to you, I'll go and have the vegan burger, you'd think, well, why would I have the vegan burger if I can just eat the burger I'm normally eating? Yeah. So it's just getting people to try that food. And then a lot of non-vegans try it and they're like, oh my God.
Exactly.
But, support, no, people just don't get it, do they? It's not just family, it's just...
And I don't think people like to be told that you've got to go vegan.
No,
at the end of the day, if someone done that to me and I hadn't watched the videos myself...
No, you have to be ready, don't you?
I wouldn't have probably gone vegan. I would have thought, who do they think they are,
Yeah. But that's why we hope that by the videos, we're just showing people that,
it's easy to do, and it's...
did you ever think you'd be vegan? I didn't even think of the word, or I haven't grown up knowing what vegan is, have you?
No,
it's just a word. I always used to think vegan, you think like
it's getting more out there now, isn't it? In the last, I don't think it must have been hard 10 years ago to be vegan, but now, there's so many nice food out there, so there's no excuse really. If you love animals, you should be vegan, simple as that.
And you don't like to, I wouldn't push it down anyone's throat, but I like it if people come to me and ask questions, like my friend in work. She said to me the other day, well, can't you drink normal milk? And I explained to her, no, because I'm vegan. And I said, oh, if you knew what happened in the dairy industry, you'd be horrified. And most people, the conversation ends there. They don't want to know. And it's like they move on to something else. And you think, but she actually said, oh, well, what happens? And I was explaining to her about, obviously, and the look on her face, she was just like horrified. Now whether that makes her go vegan, I don't know, but it's planted a seed. It's made her aware of something she wasn't aware of before. And then she went to Aldi the next day, because everything she offers me, I'm like, oh no, I don't. I never say I can't have that. I just say, oh no, I don't eat that. It's got milk in. She went and got me some Doritos from Aldi. And I said, did you happen to just pick them up and they were vegan, or did you actually go and look for them? She said, no, I went and looked for them. So again, vegan vloggers asked, what made you go vegan and how did you react? Let's see if we've got any more. Vegan vlogger, is Honey vegan, plant-based, and if so, how is she on it? Something I think about with my cats, LOL. That was my last question. So no, Honey's not vegan, not because we don't want her to be or we don't think she could be healthy. We just, to be fair, haven't got round to it. She has vegan treats, doesn't she? From where do we get them?
We get them from B&M.
B&M.
B&M, yeah, they're £2.
Yeah,
quite good though, aren't they?
They're really nice.
You've probably seen them in the videos. Have you done a video of them?
Yeah, probably. But we did get some sent to us before. I think it was, do you know what that mate was? The vegan stuff.
No.
I think it was, she liked it anyway. And there's no reason that, she can't be plant-based.
But it's expensive, isn't it?
Quite expensive. And
really
I think
expensive.
the price of everything's gone up, but it's not because we're not planning to, we just haven't got round to it, to be fair. So she just has dry food at the moment, but even that you feel bad buying, don't you? But I don't know how it is for cats. I don't know if there's certain things that cats need to have, but leave us a comment. Are cats, do they say that they can be plant-based? I don't know. I think anything can be plant-based. And again, the one from Instagram was from Butcher to vegan, and again, what made you go vegan? So I think we've sort of answered that. But the channels that I've mentioned, so Vegan Vlogger, she does a lot of shopping hauls. I'll leave her a link below if you want to go and check her out. It's really good to support other channels. Butcher to vegan, I mean, the name says it all. Was a butcher, now gone vegan. It's just amazing, isn't it?
Really
like
good.
Everyone can make the change, can't we? I'm not sure if I've got any more questions. Anything else you'd like to say, Rich? Let me just check these. Oh, right, okay. Chris Colours Hair. Did you find going vegan more expensive at first?
Some things are, aren't they? But we tend to try and buy things when they're on deal or at the end of the day, you know, when they're reduced.
But we do, I would say we definitely could cut down on our shopping bill. I don't think vegan food's necessarily more expensive if you're eating healthy, cooking from scratch. But, you know, it's like when you're not vegan, you don't always cook from scratch, do you? If you see something ready-made and, you know, we like... And that's the thing.
But also, if you're if you used to enjoy meat, like chicken or burgers, we used to get that, was it called Naked Glory? But then they've stopped doing that, and it was too expensive anyway.
Well, it used to be a bigger pack, didn't it?
Yeah, a big pack, and it was about £3.50 or something, and then they made it still stayed the same price, but it was a lot smaller, so we never used to buy it after that. But they do a very similar one, don't they, to
where did we get that?
to that in Iceland,
wasn't it?
yeah, 2 for £5 the bags.
Oh,
You've probably
it's
seen
so good, wasn't
we've
it?
done that chicken curry with it the other day,
my
and it
goodness.
tastes
Rich
exactly
made it.
like chicken. It was absolutely amazing.
So good. I think you can still buy that Naked Glory. I mean, I know that I think they're discontinuing it, so maybe what you buy in the shop is what they're getting rid of. But they made the same. Did it go up in price, or did it just the pack went really small?
And I think it was the same price, but it was definitely smaller the size of the pack.
But that Iceland one is really, really nice, isn't it? So definitely
really
get
good.
that. It's so good in the curry.
And I don't know about the burgers. What burgers? See, I like a meat sort of taste. I like the texture of like meat, but obviously being vegan, I could never do it ever again. But like some of them are so good now, aren't they?
So good. I mean, if you was to...
They would get it. They wouldn't think that wasn't...
No, not at all. If you was to get... I don't know what burger... I mean, I'm not fussy. I like most of the...
What is the...
burgery. Beyond... I think you like the Beyond ones, did you?
Yeah, Beyond Meat. But they're quite expensive, aren't they? So we get them if they're on bill sort of thing.
I think the Aldi ones, you know, like, I think they're called like Ultimate Burger or something.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
like we had
not
on a
too
barbecue
bad.
when we went
I think the key with things like that, it's knowing how long to cook them for, because it's like with the tofu, isn't it? You know, people just think tofu is disgusting, but they just haven't got a clue how to cook the stuff. It's got to be...
So if you get tofu, take it out of the pack, cut it up and eat it. It tastes of nothing, doesn't it?
Just
Even we would
very
think
bland,
it's,
nothing at all.
It's like you've got to add them flavours to it, and obviously it soaks up the flavours, and you can make it taste like anything, can't you?
Definitely.
Chicken, you can have it crispy, you can have it in a stir fry. But answer to the question, did we find it more expensive? Yes, at first, because we were just getting...
We've tried everything as well, weren't we? We've tried a lot of things.
And even now, like we could cut down on the food shop, but there's always new products coming out, and we want to try it. We feel like it's our duty to try it, don't we? So that we can recommend it to other people.
It's really funny though, isn't it, that you can look back and think, well, how long have we been vegan now?
About 3 years now.
About 3 years, and I was just saying to Lucy the other day, I can't believe that I've not had a biscuit boost in 3 years, or a Twix, or
a flake, or
Bounty, or something like that, which were my favourite chocolates.
But the thought of it now, it's like it's not even it makes you sick. You just wouldn't do it.
No.
It's like so powerful. I always liken it to if you go on a diet and we go, right, we're not having chocolate this week. You'll go to work and you'll go, do you know what, I need a bar of chocolate, I'm going to have a bar. On me, I'd say, oh, Rich, I used to ring you up and go, I broke the diet, I've had a bar of chocolate or some biscuits. But when you know that the food that you're eating has got a direct, you know, you're causing harm by paying for that. It's just, sorry guys, the battery went, or we run out of space, so I've had to delete a few things. So I can't remember what we were saying.
No. Can't believe that.
But thank you for watching this video.
And please subscribe to our channel. And the channel is called...
Family for Explore.
So if you've got any other friends or people that are interested in vegan food or a vegan lifestyle and how to go about things, then please get them to watch.
Yeah, and also if you've got any other questions, let's leave them in the comments below, and we'll try and do another video at a later date. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Later.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Bye.